Maybe you saw that Gunnar Stockton inked a new deal to stay at Georgia, but I think the headline is more interesting, and that is his agent saying, look, they didn't think an announcement was necessary because Gunnar Stockton would never think of transferring. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching Adapt and Respond, thank you for joining us here. We talk college football year round. If you're into that, hit that subscribe button, like this video, answer the question in the comments below. If you were Gunnar Stockton, would you consider testing the transfer portal waters? Reportedly, dude inked a new deal, gonna get a raise after throwing for 2,800 yards and 25 TDs and rushing for more than 400 yards on a team that won the SEC championship, just like you would expect, but had no interest at all in looking to enter the transfer portal. For Georgia fans and I think casual college football fans, it's a breath of fresh air to breathe in that there is a star quarterback somewhere on a premier college football program or team somewhere who never once considered entering the transfer portal and was rewarded for his loyalty. Georgia has made a habit of this, by the way. This has been Kirby Smart from day one. They pay veterans more than they pay anybody else. If you are recruited to play at Georgia and you continue to play at Georgia, you will be rewarded for playing at Georgia. Even so much so that they'll probably overpay some of their veterans just to drive home the point of who they are and what they want to do. I think it's more interesting to note that Georgia is able to pull this off at a time when, say, Dabo Swinney and Clemson are not. But I think that's got everything to do with Georgia is a great football program, and Clemson has fallen off as a great football program. You can do a lot when all you do is win. You can do a lot when you rent a room in the college football playoff. That means you can make your own rules. That means you can have press conferences where you say things like, when Georgia players enter the transfer portal, we want to know where you're going so we can schedule you because we think you're soft. It's nice to say, but A, Georgia ain't going to schedule everybody that ends up having a player that used to play for Georgia on their team. That said, some of those players end up at good programs that I would love to see Georgia schedule, and yet they do not. But it's a nice thing to say, and I think it makes their fans feel good, and casual college football fans feel good too, because this is an old school thought, right? You stay at a place to sharpen yourself and get better rather than throw in the towel and go somewhere where you can be a big fish in a little pond. And this is about an ego check as much as anything else, right? Like, I started racing bicycles here recently, and I go down to Texas to race my bike. The problem in air quotes, when going down to Texas to race your bike when you live in northeastern Oklahoma is you're racing against people that never had a winter. And because they never had a winter, they get to train like they never had a winter. They get to make longer efforts at harder thresholds, so they're fitter than you might be in February. Now, I expect I'll catch up to them come May or June when things like Tulsa Tough come around. And there might be opportunities to race for state championships and national championships later on in the summer. But for now, it's going down there to get my ass kicked. And I say get my ass kicked is, my second race ever. I take a top 15 in a field of like 60. Pretty damn good for me. But I'm not going to throw in the towel and say I'm not going to go down to race in Texas because I'm going to get my ass kicked. I'm actually going to go down to race in Texas a few more times because they're fast. And you want to challenge yourself against other people that are fast. And if I know I can hang with folks in Texas, I can hang with anybody in the country. And I'm going to outwork you. Nobody in Texas is going to outwork me. I got cold. I got weather. I got things I got to deal with, indoor training and whatnot. But you're not going to outwork me. And I think that's where Georgia feels it lives. So a guy like Gunnar Stockton is saying all the right things and doing all the right things by saying, look, I don't want to enter the transfer portal. I never even thought about it. Never even crossed my mind. I was always going to be a Georgia Bulldog no matter what. I think there's also another part of this that is worth pointing out. Entering the transfer portal is a headache. Entering the transfer portal sucks. It's not great. It's not fun. One, you got to go to compliance. You got to tell them to enter your name in the portal. And if for whatever reason, you don't want to talk to your coach, you're going to hear about it, because then you are the kind of man who doesn't want to face things head on with saying you want to change. It's like asking for a divorce from your wife without telling your wife you want the divorce. You're just going to go straight up and file the paperwork. It's cowardly. That's the way we look at it. It's not good. It's not great. It's a bad look for everybody. Then once you enter the transfer portal, there might not be a guarantee that you come out for some players, but for players like Gunnar Stockton, there would be, I think, a bidding war. But as there's a bidding war, people are dragging your name through the mud because you might want to visit this place or you might want to visit that place. Well, why are you entering the transfer portal if you were a starter at the place you were at? And what does that say about you? DJ Lagway comes to mind, a guy who's a starter at Florida, and I think John Summerall would have loved to have stick at Florida. Entered the transfer portal. He didn't play well last year. He looked sorry. Now it looks like, for all the world, that Baylor is getting a mercenary. I don't care that his daddy's a legacy. If it mattered that he was a legacy, he would have gone there in the first place. He would have never gone to Florida. He just stayed behind in Texas to play college football as opposed to running away from Florida to play college football. All of this is leading to a greater understanding of just what the optics are around the portal and what value, or should I say lack thereof, actually lies in going another place. Like, think about how you feel about Darian Mensah leaving Duke to go to Miami, especially the way that he did. It's messy, it's nasty, it ends up in a settlement in court, all because you want to leave the ACC champions to join a team that couldn't beat Indiana in the national championship game. That's the way that I think Duke fans would look at it. Other teams would go, yeah, there are a lot better players at Miami, and they probably got a lot more money, and they're willing to spend it. And you're going to have better players around you, and nobody cares what you did in January if you're winning in December. All of that I think is true. All of that I think is on the level, but it is a gamble. And Darian Mintz is going, I'm going to bet on myself. That's great. That's awesome. Always bet on yourself. Always believe in yourself. But that doesn't change the way that other people feel about you. And for the folks that say, I don't care what other people think about me. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You ain't got to lie to me. Lie to the mirror, but don't lie to me. You live in a nation of 348, 49 million people. You care what they think because those are the people that patronize the school you're going to or watch your games or buy your gear. And not everybody is in it for the money. Another way I put it this is 125 million people watch Super Bowl of the 348 million people that live in the United States. You don't think we all care what they think? Yeah. Yeah, we do. You know what else? Not all of them were Patriots or Seahawk fans, and all of them have an opinion about Bad Bunny, Sam Darnold, and Drake May.